Hey gang, David, Trash Can Garage. I'm literally just walking in the door. It's Sunday, March 10th. Daylight savings time is in effect. And so my body is about an hour off. But I'm here to get some work done. And thought I'd take you along for the ride. Oops. Get things powered up here. Reset my clock. It is actually 1:15. So I've been making videos all week on all the little bits of progress I've been making here on our 1957 Pontiac. This is my project for any of you guys out there. This is a learning project for me. Anybody that took auto shop back in high school remembers that one car that everybody worked on over the years? Well, this is that. This is that car. I got this to learn all kinds of shit that I'd never done before. So with that said, I'm still working on the floorboard project, and this video we're going to wrap up the foot panel up there, the footboard, and get that tacked in. So once I get this tacked in, then I can proceed on probably doing this one down here next. You can see there, and then I'll do that last. But before I can do any of that, I got to get this tacked in. So I will end this here, and we'll pick it up at the end after I get it tacked in. Stand by. Which is that space right there. Since it's not square, I had to make a template so I can get that laid out and get a nice piece of sheet metal cut in for a butt weld there. So that's what we got here. We've got our template made up, and I've already traced out my outline to cut. This is a 3/4 inch. I'm going to leave at the bottom for a flange, which I will use my bead roller and a tipping die to make that. So I've already cut along the bottom here. There we go. Let me trim that and trace it. Hold on. Okay, I've trimmed the fuzz off of there and traced my line. There we go. That will be our flange. There's our there's our outline for our template. Let me clamp this down and cut it out. Okay, I think we've got something accomplished here without screwing it all up. Okay, so what we've gotten accomplished. Of course, I got a 3/4 inch at the bottom for our flange, so that'll get bent up in a tipping die about a 40-degree angle. Then that'll get fit in there properly. But you can see our seam at the top, not bad for rank amateur. I'll just turn the amperage on the welder down when I MIG it in, so I can get a good tack. That flange is for a hole down in there, if you remember from a previous video. So I think we'll get a pretty good fit out of that. I'll trim a little bit on the left side a little bit more after I get my flange rolled up. So I'm pretty satisfied. I guess it would be the professional thing to do would have been to cut up along the seam, but I wanted to preserve as much metal as I could, so I thought I'd cheat. So that's the second part of the jigsaw puzzle. Of course, we got the transmission tunnel, and we got this space here. Over there you see it's a little more of a slope. I'm going to go pretty much 90 degree on this. Jigsaw puzzle it in. This is a repair, not a restoration. This is about teaching myself some skills. So I got new knife edge tipping die coming in Sunday, so when that comes in, we'll get our flange bent and we'll proceed from there. Okay, gang, my shipment of new dies came in yesterday late, so I didn't get to play with them Sunday, but it's Monday, March 4th. And this is what I got. Nice knife edge tipping die and a nice solid steel lower die. So I'm going to run I'm going to run a practice piece. I've marked a 3/4 inch line on this piece of scrap, and I want to run through there and see what I can do. Okay, this is what it looks like after 3 passes through our tipping die. Got a little bit of a shrinking and stretching going on here. I could probably hammer that out, since this is just this would just be for the flange for plug welding. I can probably just hammer that out and live with it. So that gives me a nice clean bend. That's what the tipping die is supposed to do. A little off my mark there on the back, but you get the point. So I'm happy with that. Again, this is what it looks like. I got these from Amazon. Got the whole set for $69. Tipping die and hemming dies. So I will probably practice a little bit and practice a little bit more, then go ahead and run it through here on this line here, 3/4 inch flange for plug welding. That'll lay flat on the bottom here. So that'll be the next step. And last but not least, this is what it looks like after a few love taps with the ball peen hammer on that flange. Not perfect, but good for our application. It'll never be seen. It's going to be for plug welding. It'll get covered up with Dynamat and carpeting, so I'll live with that. But this is a practice piece. I will try to do better next time. It's 4 passes to get my angle, and I did stray with my bead there on that last pass. So, but I got the angle pretty close. So that's good. Practice makes perfect. This is like the second time I've done this, so. That's it, onward and upward. Alrighty then. We've done got our piece done, run through the bead roller. And this is what we got so far. Got some shaping to do. But you can see, we got it to fit. We got our angle just about right. I do have some shaping down here because it's not exactly level. It's got a slope to it down here, so I'm going to try to shape this by hand, and if nothing else, I'll tack it in and then use a body hammer to coax that down into place. But you can see we've got some spaces down in here. So this area's got to go get tipped in, so that's where we're at so far. And of course, I'll have to flatten that out when we get to that stage. All right, let's keep working. Alrighty, so the next part of our jigsaw puzzle here is to do a little bending on this and get this to behave a little bit and bring this down here. We got a gap here and a gap here because this isn't level. The whole floorboard kind of slopes down. So we're going to take this to the stretcher and bring this out a little bit. All right, after much wailing and gnashing of teeth, we just about got it ready to tack in. Got everything popping in pretty good, and you can see this is an overlap. This is a butt weld. This is the gap between my new metal and the original floor pan. So my goal here is to get that tacked in without burning through there. Got it laying real good here along this edge here. Got a little bit of coaxing right there, but that's laying there, and then I'll have to flatten out the flange a little bit. That'll be the last thing, so I can pop some holes in there for some plug welds. So I think we're about ready to get her done. Alrighty, wrapping this up finally. Got our hack attack here. And this is what we got. My welding is getting better. I was doing some tack stacks. You can't hardly tell, but my tacks are getting better, welding's getting better. So I only burnt through a few places and I was able to take care of that. So welding is getting better. So, progress. I'll end this here. You know what I got to do next? Down here and then over here. So, but my welding is getting better, and a little more practice and I'll be able to finish weld over there, and then same over here. Once I get my last pieces fabricated and get it all tacked in, I can practice on finish welding and be done with this. So that's a major step for me. I've never delved this deep into welding and floor pan fabrication and all this sheet metal work, so it's all new. Like I said at the beginning of the video, if you remember auto shop classes, anybody that took auto shop classes in high school, there was that one car that all the guys had worked on over the years as they learned different things in class. And this is what I'm doing here. So stick with me, more fun to come. This is David with Trash Can Garage. Hope you have a good week, and I'll see you in a few.